Now this beautiful fella is a family pet, and his name is T-Rex. And how old did you say he was?
8 years old.
So he's 8 years old. And one time, several years ago, he got taken by a bird because he lives outside in the backyard, and they believe it might have been a cockatoo. Oh, not a cockatoo, a kookaburra. And the kookaburra took him off, so it's believed. And he was missing for 3 days. And during that 3 days, somehow this fella has figured out how to come back home. And he burrowed a hole under the fence and proceeded to return home. We do believe this guy responds to his name. He seems to know his name. Would you try calling him now?
T-Rex. T-Rex, come here.
Obviously when it suits him.
Yeah.
And then when T-Rex was missing on his little airborne adventure, joint to the family came Thing 1 and Thing 2. And Thing 1 and Thing 2 are pygmy bearded dragons. And then T-Rex is obviously a bearded dragon.
Yeah.
And T-Rex is actually toilet trained. So if he's in the house or something, he will actually get back in his own cage to go to the toilet, which is pretty cool. So where does he sleep at night?
He sleeps in a little terrarium in the garage.
A terrarium in the garage where he sleeps. And then he spends, all day outside?
Yeah, most of the day.
And Thing 1 and Thing 2 don't get to spend all the time outside because they are a bit more vulnerable to cats and birds. Whereas T-Rex is quite big. He's big enough to be okay.
Yeah.
I reckon that's awesome. He could easily climb out over there if he wanted to, couldn't he?
Yeah, if you wanted, yeah.
If he wanted to. What a cool lizard.
Yeah. When he was smaller, he used to climb up the fly screen.
Yeah, right. Climb up the fly screen. How long do they normally live?
I think 8 to 10 years.
So he's had a fair go.
Yeah, he's pretty old. I think he's just twitching because he's the leaves are tickling him on his underside.
Did he ever play in the fish pond in your old place?
No, but he can swim. He learnt how to in about 5 minutes at Nonna's place.
So this is his third house he's lived at, is it?
Yeah. This is the first time he's been outside here.
Wonder if he'll go for a swim in the pool.
Possibly. I think at the moment he just wants to sit in the sun.
What a cool animal. Anything else you can tell us about him?
Well, he actually comes from the desert. He's a central bearded dragon.
Central bearded dragon from the desert.
Yeah. He'll change colour when he's happy. So he'll go really, really bright yellow when he's happy.
So bright yellow when he's happy?
Yeah. Right now he's just trying to absorb the sun, so he's a little bit more dark.
Have you thought about breeding him?
Yeah. I think he's a little bit too old now, but might do it in the future. A different bearded dragon.
Yeah, I think he would be too old.
Yeah.
And is that as big as they get?
Yeah, they'll get to about 45 centimeters long.
What a cool animal. For someone that's not too interested in lizards, I certainly like this one.
Yeah.
He looks like he's trying to bark or something.
Yeah. I think he's just getting tickled by the leaves.
And he's heaps friendly, eh?
Yeah.
And he loves a pat.
Yep, he loves me.
And so he'll actually come over to you when you sit down and that?
Usually, yeah. Little one's doing a little bit of arm wave.
Yeah, right.
It's basically saying, don't eat me.
The arm wave?
Yeah.
So what's the correlation between the arm wave and don't eat me?
Usually he might do a poo now. Um, he's basically submitting to the larger dragons. Telling him, yeah, he's gonna do a poo. Telling them,
Yep.
what?
Yep, he did a poo.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
There's more to come. Still pooing.
Because
Pooed on cue.
now I have to wash that rag.
Yep, now you have to wash that rag.
And they actually wipe their own.
Also, they wipe their. Oh, see, he's doing the dog wipe like a dog, wiping his ass. Oh, you're gonna wipe it on his mate.
Yeah. The funny thing is, those two are males.
Yep.
The two, and usually you can't. All three are actually males. So usually you can't put male bearded dragons together. But the two little ones are actually brothers. And so the smaller one is actually missing quite a lot. He's got a broken toe. I'm not sure why that is. The frill around his neck is a little bit worn, and he's missing the end of the tail, of his tail, because the big one was hammering him when I wasn't around. Because when they were like two or so, they get pretty territorial. But after that, they became more friendly and yeah, they're fine with each other now. They actually get scared if they're not together. So
Yeah, right. So they love being together now.
yeah,
They fought when they were about 2.
yeah. But obviously, the big one was winning because the small one's about half his size.
Wow.
When I actually first brought them home, yeah, he'll climb on top of the other one now. T-Rex, really hated those two. Yeah, there he goes. He was actually trying to eat them when we first brought them home, but now he's a little bit more okay with them, which is pretty good.
And can you put them actually together, like in the same area? Or do you try and keep a fence between them?
We try and keep a fence between them.